Okay, so I want to talk to you today about my signature method, the mind-body-business connection method. Hi, I'm Megan. I am a business scaling mentor with a difference. I've worked with thousands of business owners and leaders. And what was really apparent to me was this focus solely on the mindset or solely on the business. What was missing was the body element, and that is what is causing so many of us to be completely detached and not really know who we are at the deepest level, because we're just focusing on the mindset. And what I've seen is that the business owners have great mindsets, right? Yeah, there will be some limiting things like visibility, worried about showing up, fear of failure and things. But ultimately, the successful ones and the ones that I work with, 6-7 figure founders, they've got a great mindset. They've got the great foundations to build a business, but there's something missing. And that's why my approach is different. So I help those business owners to scale or completely pivot, but to do it safely. So many people now, and so many founders, leaders, and people in general, but particularly in this kind of bracket of business owners, we burn ourselves completely to the ground. We get to a point in our business where we're like, a couple of years ago, I could have worked for hours and hours and hours and it wouldn't have affected me. Now, I just resent it. I want to burn it. I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to stop. I want to give it all up. And that's because something is misaligned and we're focusing too much on either the business as a standalone or on the mindset. But like I said, if our mindset already is pretty good, I literally mindseted myself into burnout because my mindset was great. I knew what I needed to do for the business in order for that business to grow. But what I was missing was the connection to myself. And what we've got to remember is we are a reflection of our business. We are our business. The foundations and where we should be starting and where I start my work is in the body, because we ignore that. We ignore those little signals. We ignore all of that conditioning over the years, because yes, although we might have sorted our heads out, we haven't actually gone down into the body. And that's where we sort of discover ourselves the most, is what shows up in the body. So my approach is body first. We look at the body, we look at what's going on, what's coming up in the body, and then we connect it to the head and then see what's going on there. The body holds everything. There's books about it, people are starting to talk about it, but we hold our survival mechanisms in the body, and it just kind of starts with our head and then it goes down. And if we're not connecting the two, we're going to live in this constant push, pull. I want to push, but then I need to pull back on something. And you're constantly feeling like you're never consistent across all areas of your business, life. There always seems to be something that you're letting go of. There's also always seems to be like a ball that you're dropping. That then puts added pressure on you. That then makes you feel like you're a failure because you're not doing everything. That's when you start losing clients, because you're not holding on to everything and you're not being consistent. And this is simply because you're trying to do too much in the head. You're not understanding what's going on in the body and what that's telling you. So you know, and you can manage your energy appropriately. You can manage and understand what that's holding in the body, things like trauma, so how your body responds. Are you in survival mode constantly? Because as soon as you push, you're going to burn out. Once we understand that and rewire that, and then into the head, it then starts to become safe to succeed. It then starts to become safe to step back. It becomes safe to give yourself space for expansion, and that's where the growth happens. The people that come to me are the ones kind of at that point where they're like, do I scale now or do I give it up? Because I don't think I can continue doing it the way I've been doing it. I'm going to burn out. People are emotional, really emotional at this point, or completely numb. You've got two sides of the coin here. Completely numb or really emotional, kind of on that either I just don't feel anything, I just feel flat, I just feel kind of empty, or literally anything anyone says to me and I just want to break down. this is the space where I come in, because that takes the next level of growth. The only way to get the next level of growth is to go into the foundations, into the body and the mind, and then ultimately the business. So that is why my approach differs from everyone else's, because mindset is not the first thing that I focus on. In fact, that's probably something I touch on the least, but it is the connection, the reconnection back down. So that's my approach, and that's why it works, because it's not just the surface level stuff, it's the real deep work.